Prostate doctor, I warn men over 60. This habit is damaging your prostate. If you are over 60 and find yourself waking up at night to urinate more than once, or if you feel as though your bladder is never fully empty, or you experience prolonged waiting for the stream to begin, I urge you to pay attention. These symptoms are not merely a consequence of aging. These symptoms indicate that there may be an underlying issue within your body, one that is more prevalent than many men understand. I have seen it again and again. I want to share this important information with you. Your prostate is signaling for your attention. In numerous instances, age is not the underlying factor contributing to the issue. Your everyday routines, those subtle actions you might perform without much thought, contribute to the enlargement, weight, and manageability of your prostate. However, there is some positive information to share. Identifying these habits is the first step towards making effective changes. By doing so, you allow your body to regain equilibrium, alleviate tension, and reclaim a sense of ease. In this video, I will guide you through 3 common habits that may lead to prostate enlargement, along with alternative actions you can take to promote better health. These habits are quite prevalent, even in men who are generally in good health. However, when these issues occur repeatedly, they can create strain on your urinary system, provoke inflammation, and gradually disrupt the balance of your prostate. You will discover the significance of these habits, their impact on your health, and the minor adjustments you can implement right away. If you're experiencing discomfort, urgency, or the sensation that your bladder is in control, this video is tailored for you. Let me state this unequivocally. There is hope for relief from these symptoms. Your body has a remarkable ability to heal itself, particularly when you eliminate the sources of ongoing irritation. One common behavior that can gradually contribute to prostate enlargement is quite simple and something many of us tend to do, particularly when we are out and about, preoccupied, or reluctant to use a public restroom. It involves retaining your urine for an extended period. It may seem like a minor inconvenience to take a bit longer to complete an errand or return home. When this behavior turns into a daily routine, consistently delaying the urge to relieve yourself, you are generating pressure not only in the bladder, but throughout the entire area of the prostate. Your prostate is located just below your bladder at the base, and it encircles your urethra like a gentle, adaptable collar. This is the conduit that transports urine from the bladder to the exterior, through the penis. Now, envision that tube encircled by a ring. When that ring experiences swelling or tightness, it can quickly lead to a slowdown in function. When the bladder reaches its capacity, whether due to delaying urination during a lengthy drive, holding off while enjoying a film, or neglecting the urge during errands, it begins to expand both upward and downward. This downward pressure directly impacts the surrounding areas, including the prostate. It feels akin to resting against a sponge that has heightened sensitivity. As the bladder expands, it exerts additional pressure on the prostate tissue, which is already tasked with significant responsibilities. Over time, this repeated pressure leads to subtle yet significant changes. What was once a flexible structure can become irritated, resulting in thicker tissue and swelling. For many men, this ongoing strain is a key factor contributing to enlargement. Men who frequently postpone urination, particularly those who believe they can endure it or are simply waiting for a more convenient moment, often experience what is known as bladder outlet obstruction. This occurs when the bladder signals the need to empty, but the passage is constricted. The bladder muscle exerts increased effort to navigate a constricted passage, as the prostate has grown larger and more inflexible. It is not just uncomfortable, it can lead to long-term weakening of the bladder over time. This practice may appear innocuous. Ultimately, what does a minor delay really mean in the grand scheme of things? However, for your body, it's akin to repeatedly attempting to inflate a balloon beyond its intended capacity, day in and day out. Ultimately, it impacts the structure, tone, and function. Unlike a balloon, your bladder and prostate are designed to function without the risk of bursting. They adjust, and not always positively. If you often find yourself waiting until the urge is almost overwhelming, I kindly suggest that you consider altering that routine. Reignite your awareness of your bladder's signals. Respond to your body's signals promptly, rather than waiting until the situation becomes critical. Addressing concerns promptly alleviates strain and promotes a healthier balance within your urinary system. This may appear to be a minor adjustment, but in the long run, it can significantly relieve pressure on your prostate, providing it with the opportunity to relax, recover, and return to a more typical size. Now, let's move on to the second habit, which often catches many men off guard, as it appears entirely unrelated at first glance. It is common to overlook constipation. When the bowel is filled with compacted stool, particularly due to a diet low in fiber, that pressure exerts force directly against the back of the prostate. This pressure persists over time. The sensation is relentless, akin to a heavy weight pressing down on a soft surface continuously, without respite. It places strain on the tissue, restricts blood flow, irritates the nerves, and induces a persistent low-grade inflammation that extends beyond the colon. It extends to adjacent tissues, including the prostate, and here is the crucial point. Over time, chronic inflammation significantly contributes to benign prostatic hyperplasia, commonly recognized by men as an enlarged prostate. However, the journey continues beyond that point. Constipation can disrupt your body's internal balance. When stool remains in the body for an extended period, it disrupts the balance of gut bacteria, affecting that sensitive ecosystem within your digestive system. When that balance is disrupted, it leads to widespread inflammation, impacting various systems, including your immune response and prostate health. The contemporary eating habits, especially among older individuals, frequently consist of elevated levels of refined carbohydrates, insufficient fiber, and a significant presence of processed foods, cheese, red meat, along with inadequate hydration. These choices can hinder the digestive process, lead to drier stools, and result in bowel obstruction, often without immediate awareness. What begins as infrequent sluggishness can evolve into a troubling cycle, where constipation leads to increased pressure. The pressure causes inflammation in the prostate. The inflammation exacerbates the swelling, and the swelling intensifies your urinary symptoms. If you're not maintaining regularity, or if your stools are hard, dry, or causing you to strain, it could be that your prostate is bearing the consequences of that imbalance. Fortunately, the answer is accessible. It's advisable to gradually enhance your fiber intake using gentle, natural sources that promote comfort. Consider incorporating additional cooked vegetables, fruits such as prunes or pears, whole grains like oats, and straightforward digestive aids like chia seeds or ground flax seeds into your diet. These foods not only help to soften your stools and enhance transit, but they also alleviate internal pressure on the prostate from within. When your bowels function smoothly and thoroughly, it allows your prostate to finally experience some relief. It resembles navigating through a congested corridor. Optimal function occurs when the pathway is unobstructed. Now, let's discuss the third habit. This condition is particularly prevalent during the later stages of life, when daily routines become less active and comfort takes precedence over physical activity. One common issue is remaining seated for extended durations without any movement. Whether you're unwinding in front of the television, working at your desk with a warm cup of tea, browsing on your phone, or enjoying a captivating book in your favorite armchair, time can slip away before you know it. Before you realize it, your body may have remained inactive for an extended period. What appears to be restful externally may, in fact, lead to stagnation internally. The pelvic region, housing the bladder, colon, and prostate, is designed for gentle, ongoing movement. It flourishes with proper circulation. It requires proper circulation and gentle activity to ensure that nutrients are delivered effectively while waste is efficiently removed. However, prolonged periods of sitting without movement can lead to stagnation in the lower part of your body. Blood flow decreases, the flow of oxygen and nutrients is restricted, the efficiency of lymph drainage diminishes, leading to a reduced ability of your body to eliminate toxins and inflammatory waste. What about the byproducts? They begin to gather precisely in the region where your prostate is located. The prostate is a sensitive and intricate gland. It is not designed to cope with ongoing stagnation. Similar to all living tissues, adequate blood circulation is essential for maintaining optimal health. When the flow is obstructed for extended periods each day, the prostate may experience inflammation, swelling, and irritation. Over time, this can lead to a gradual and often unnoticed increase in size, resulting in enlargement of the prostate. Men who remain seated for extended periods each day without adding any physical activity are significantly more prone to experiencing pelvic tension, persistent low-grade inflammation, and ultimately, an increase in prostate size. It frequently occurs without clear signs, only revealing itself through discomfort, urgency, or interrupted sleep that may surface months or even years down the line. This is why I suggest incorporating what I refer to as movement snacks into your daily routine. These are brief, gentle movements designed to stimulate circulation and reinforce the vitality of your pelvic region. Engaging in jogging is not a necessity for everyone. There's no need for you to exert yourself. Even simple actions like standing up every 30 to 40 minutes, walking across the room, taking a few deep breaths while gently swinging your legs, or stretching your lower back can rejuvenate that area of your body. Consider your prostate as a sponge. If it remains inactive and undisturbed, it begins to harden and accumulate waste. However, when you engage in movement, even in small ways, you contribute to keeping that sponge soft, fresh, and properly nourished. Movement goes beyond merely maintaining physical fitness. It is essential to maintain the vitality, health, and responsiveness of your body's core. Particularly those unseen aspects that subtly influence your comfort, vitality, and overall well-being. Just a few intentional minutes of movement each hour can contribute to maintaining your prostate health for years ahead. Now you have the information you need. 3 subtle, routine behaviors that gradually lead to prostate enlargement: prolonged retention of urine, insufficient fiber consumption, and extended periods of inactivity can have significant implications for your health. These may not seem like significant concerns, yet that is precisely what renders them perilous. They enter quietly and unobtrusively. Over time, these issues can lead to a persistent sense of discomfort, urgency, and frustration. However, there is significant strength in all of this. Each of these habits can be modified thoughtfully, progressively, and with attention. There's no need for a complete transformation or to begin anew. It's essential to recognize how your everyday decisions impact your prostate health. I've observed men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s experience significant improvements in their symptoms, leading to fewer nighttime bathroom visits, a stronger flow, and a greater sense of comfort in their own bodies. By simply adjusting these fundamental habits, if you've been experiencing frustration, discomfort, or even some apprehension about what's going on in that area, it's important to take a moment to breathe deeply. You're not by yourself in this journey. You have the ability to take control. Your prostate should not dictate how you live your life. You have the ability to manage it, just as it has been working to support your well-being. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who might benefit from it. At times, the most significant transformations arise from the tiniest pieces of information. Thank you for your attention. And keep in mind, your health is always in front of you. The responsibility lies with you, and the finest is yet to arrive.